Hi guys, so today we will be starting with a Fortify static code analyzer and Fortify static code tools analysis that we used to do. And reason starting for this is because these days a lot of organizations have been using some static code analyzer tools, especially concerned with security and vulnerability. So there are many vendor products that have been used these days, and in which I have found that Fortify is one of to be the best these days. The reason being of using Fortify is that it scans our code and it let us know whatever the vulnerabilities. There are some static rules have been already being integrated in it that helps us to achieve the same target. So let's begin with this tool and let's explore it. Before starting it, I am Saral this side. I write a lot of articles on LinkedIn, so guys, be in touch with me, and here you will see a lot of articles that I have been posting regarding system designs or technology. So be in touch with me and let's explore Fortify. So first of all, starting with Fortify, it's a paid tool. There will be a dedicated setup for this. As you can see that I have installed it on my C drive, and within it there is a lot of I can say that a lot of sub packages get installed when you first install it the same, and you will get a lot of exe files. Like I will be launching it in front of you, but right now you can see that there are report generators, FRP utility, scan wizards, and SRC updates. So I will be coming up on the same. Okay, so if the case is of Fortify, so let me open it up. I have been using commander, and right now I am on this directory, and to launch the Fortify, what I am going to do is that I have to launch. I am inside not bin directory. So first of all I will go inside bin directory, and here I will see what files I have been using. Okay, and so to launch the Fortify, we have to launch I think this class, audit workbench. So there is a dedicated workbench that is being used by Fortify. It is built over the top of Eclipse, so we will see it today that how it will get enabled. So I have clicked the commands. Let's see the magic, and till the time you can see that Fortify audit workbench is being getting opened up, which is being developed by Micro Focus. So as I told you, we will be using this workbench to scan our code, and it will run our code against some static rules, against some security analyzer, and it will let us get what violations that is happening in our code. It may be SQL injection, or it may be any level of violation. It will be scanning it against OR's top 10 rules like A1 broken injection or something, that is Open Web Security Application Project Tools. Okay, so it will translate the source code into and some intermediately format, and then on that intermediate format it will scan against its static rules, and it will produce a report for us. So that is something very good for us. So here we can see that the Fortify audit workbench is open. What I have done smartly is that I have been using IntelliJ, in which I have developed one sample application. I have given the name the project as a Kafka because I have to create it for some purpose, but right now I have simply prepared an serialization program. Maybe you can add setters and all those things, but what I trying to bring in this program, I wanted to scan this complete project against the Fortify. Okay, so there may be some violations in it. Okay, so what I'm trying to go is that I have entered, I think, a string called password. So let me see if that string is there or not. I think that string is there. Password string I have added out. So let me scan it out, this my application. So I know that my this application location, so let me, it is in G drive. Okay, so what I will going to do is that I will scan a Java project. So we need to make sure that first let me show you out in detail that this is in Java 1.8. okay, so this totally is in Java 1.8. okay, so that's why the Fortify workbench will also ask that if you wanted to scan a Java project. So let me go into here, it was in G Drive, GCP, and it was the Kafka demo program. Okay, so I have mapped it. It will ask me on which version of Java you're using. I'm using 1.8, so I will select it. It will ask me that how are you concerned about security, so I have selected yeah, that show me all the security implications. It will ask me that are you concerned about code quality, so I will say yeah, show me all the code quality analysis. I may not be biased in it. Is this a Java web application? Yeah. Does this run with escalated privileges? So I will say yeah, it runs with some escalated privileges. So let me scan in the meantime. So it is scanning my project that I have developed. Okay, so to scan a project, this is I am doing graphically, but you can go to Micro Focus website also. They will show you how they are using source analyzer manually by writing in the command window, but I am not in favor of that, because I believe that graphically it also works the same way. It is executing those batch commands of source analyzer. So as I told you, it translate my project into intermediate. On intermediate it will runs again its static rules, and then it will prepare some reports. Okay, so I'm just waiting it for it to prepare the reports. Okay, and we have to wait a bit. So I think it is now scanning, and you can see that it's doing some configuration analysis, as you can see out, and then it is doing some structure analysis. So it is doing control flow bits. It is running against those statics rules. Okay, so just wait for it to do, and I believe that it has now done that things, and it is just loading the report. It's will take a time to prepare a report for you, so that you can see what are the issues that are coming up. So this is the report that is being prepared, and this is just a package structure that is showing, so at least we can toggle it. It shows me the critical issues, the high issues that is being coming up, and mostly critical issues it prepare on the top of the report, and there are summary. Okay, so on the summary it has shown me the graph that there are 35 issues which are in low category, 4 issues which are in high category, and 2 issues which are not which are in very high category. It shows the project name, and it shows that how much files it has scanned, total issues. Then in the second tab it shows me the certification summary, runtime analysis, I think build information, if the build you are giving it up. So right now it include idea files of, because I have not put up get ignore, and analysis informations that it is coming up. So it shows that which SCID of the 45 that it has used. So now let's go to the critical issues. So it shows you that you remember that I have explicitly put up the password in the code, which is not acceptable. So it has selected this line password, and let comes into these this comes into the high category, and let's see what details that it is showing. It's showing that hard-coded passwords are compromise of system security, and it's never good idea to keep the passwords that we already know, hard-coded passwords. And it's showing us one demo on which hard-coded password it has been used, and it's showing the severity. Second time good about it is that it is also showing you recommendations that what a developer can do in order to overcome from these issues. So it shows you all those options, and it also shows you that what these things also come under the reference of Open Web Application Security Project Top 10 Rules. Okay, so here it is showing you history, not, but yeah, there is in the demo program, which is I am a very personal fan of this 45, because in demo it shows me that there is a variable access password right now. So this is the demo screenshots. So I haven't taken up warnings filters, but in summary it shows you that hard-coded passwords are compromise of. So you remember that I have put up in 2 files. That is deliberately I have put up, because I wanted to show you the critical section which comes. Then comes under high category 4, which are path manipulation, and within Maven also. Let's see what path manipulation it is saying that I'm using some Maven wrapper downloader. Maybe it may be coming up from some transitive file. So it is showing that attacker can control the file system path arguments. Okay, and it is showing you the recommendations that to of how to prevent the path manipulation. Okay, and it giving me some references. It is showing me in the diagram. So this is something which is coming out from transitive. Okay, but in demo serializer also, demo serializer, you can see that I'm passing up this object input stream, and it says that sometimes it fails to release system.resource. Okay, so see the level of checking that it is being doing, because I have used on line number 11. It is showing me, yeah, you can see that in line number 11 where I am using the stream, it's saying that sometimes it fails to release a system resource. And recommendations, it is also saying that never rely on finalize, because I may be using finalize at somehow in the end, and never use resources in final block. It shows me the diagram, and I believe sorry, in the upper it is saying that get channel also. I think this is, sorry, for deserializer it is showing me that the line number 11 which is faulty one. So again, serialize demo, because here I am also using object output stream, so it is showing in that. So again, the recommendation sections are being coming up. Let's go into section number 35 where it is showing you as per the category. So it is showing me the poor handling of catch block. Okay, so let's open up this category. Again, this is taking it from some of the transitive class. I am interested from my class. Remove debug code before deploying it on the production. Let's go to the summary where it is saying that debug code can create unattended entry points. Okay, so this is also coming one of the options right now. Okay, what are the other options? Okay, because I have put up something for debugging. Okay, for Maven it is showing in POM XML build script realize, which could allow attacker. So this is something it is not allowing us. Okay, poor handling, let me see. In serializer demo main, it's seen that it reveals stack trace should be avoided as far as happen, because saying that you might reveal some system data in the stack trace, in the detailed stack trace. So the information revealed by stack trace could help an attacker, and in the diagram section it is also asking us to to remove these kind of things. So guys, if you further because this is I am letting you know from the developer perspective. Okay, and but if you want it to be organized in some kind of reports or something like this, so maybe you can go to the reports section. Okay, and it will choose out some or other category. Okay, so I wanted to organize as per the SANS top 25 rules. I want my report to be a detailed report. This is just need to be clicked, because this helps a developer who is solving it your issues, because he may get a detailed informations. And again, we say that we wanted to categorize not by our priority, because it sometimes happen in the team that stupid people are there and they ask to categorize as per your I would definitely recommend that we should categorize as per the 45, because it is the one of the best tool which will categorize it that your issue comes under high, medium or low priority. And you should include a key terminology and include 45 solutions sections also, that what 45 ask you to do. And in PDF, you want this document into PDF. Let me say that I want this to be on a separate folders right now. So I just give it C drive com, and I just says that I wanted to generate, so it will generate a report for me, okay, in a PDF file. So let me open parallelly this PDF file for you guys. I store it under this, so I believe it has started. You can see that it has started preparing an PDF file right now. and it is still in process. So guys, till the time it is preparing the PDF file, so let me tell you out that what best part about Fortify, which we were discussing earlier when we were starting out this video, is that it scans your code, okay, and it lets you know the vulnerabilities at a very earlier stage. Maybe you can integrate the same with the Jenkins pipelines too. Okay, so it has generated the report, and in the meantime, let's open up this report for this project which we have developed on IntelliJ and see how the reports look like. Okay, so here comes the report, and let me fix it so that you guys can see it in a very good way. So this is the issue details that it is being saying right now, and there is key terminology, 45 priority order. It's showing you that how the 45 keep its order. And let's begin with the first of the title page, and in the title page it shows me the summary. Okay, so let me see the summary, because it is showing me that you know how much criticals and those category has been there. Okay, so that's I wanted to highlight right now. And then it started organizing the issues as per the priority. Okay, that's great about it. It shows you the CV ID numbers also about the total issues, and then it prepares a report. Okay, so it prepares a report. It tells you that what is it category, what is CV ID it is, so that you can Google out that how to fix the CV ID categories issues. And it also tell you the exact line number, so that it helps developer to know exactly at which line number the issue is being coming up. Okay, so this has categorized as per the CVD. It has also given up some or other things about the solutions. So that's all about the Fortify. I personally enjoyed working with this tool, and you know, it has been used extensively, and you know, I enjoyed working with Fortify because it lets me easy to scan my code. As we have already seen in the workbench, it shows me which fixes has to be done, and it helps me you know, to get more and more vulnerabilities or securities or attackers issues. It comes to me and it tells me in advance. So that's all about the Fortify, and thank you guys for joining this session. Have a great day ahead. Bye.